Welcome to the show, everybody.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kristen Cho.
And I'm Cameron Word.
Let's talk about loneliness.
Okay.
I'm an only child. I have no brothers or sisters. And pretty much raised by a single mom.
Yes.
And I stayed home a lot by myself. So I think at the young age, I learned how to keep myself busy.
Yeah.
So even as an adult, I really am okay being alone. In fact, sometimes I want to be.
Yeah, sometimes you prefer it.
I prefer it.
Yeah, I feel very similar.
You too. I feel both of us really don't feel lonely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, like, there are some people, I think that when they're at home by themselves, they think, I just need to go out and meet somebody.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who.
Because they don't want to be alone.
Right.
Because they feel lonely.
I've never felt that.
But I never feel that way.
Like, I miss people. Like, if there's maybe a person I want to go and meet, but just like, I don't care who it is. I just need to meet somebody.
Yeah.
That has never been an emotion for me.
Right, me too.
Yeah, so I think you as an only child, definitely.
Yeah.
So you've been alone, but maybe you don't feel lonely.
I think there's a difference between being alone and feeling lonely. So in this article today, we're going to talk about the fact that loneliness, though, is a silent killer. So maybe we need to be less alone.
Oh, goodness.
Maybe we need to meet other people,
Maybe we
Cameron.
need to meet other people.
Okay, because it might kill us.
Oh, no.
Okay, so this is our article. It should be interesting. The expressions today is if you are in danger of something.
You run the risk of. There is a possibility, a bad possibility, that something could happen.
Okay. How about follow-up?
Follow-up is you are checking in again or you're looking at something again to see how something has changed or progressed.
Okay. And if you do your part,
you are helping. You're doing what you can to help.
Okay. So let's listen to this article. Loneliness is a silent killer.
Around the world, loneliness is becoming a serious health crisis. Ongoing studies have linked loneliness with heart disease, stroke, and dementia. Health officials in the UK have assessed thousands of seniors to see if they are in danger of these health conditions. In follow-up visits, they found that those who ranked higher in terms of loneliness had experienced more health problems than those who weren't lonely or isolated. They suggest everyone do their part and check in on seniors who live alone and spend a little time talking to them so they feel a little less lonely.
Here we go. Around the world, loneliness is becoming a serious health crisis. Wow, it's becoming a health crisis.
Oh my gosh, it's that bad?
It's that bad. Okay.
Okay.
Ongoing studies have linked loneliness with heart disease, stroke, and dementia.
This is interesting.
It is.
Like, I can kind of understand dementia. Dementia, of course, being like chime, right? Because if you're with someone, you're talking, that's like engaging your brain.
No interaction,
Right? But heart disease and stroke?
Yeah, 심장병 and stroke.
Yeah.
뇌졸중이죠.
Yeah.
Okay, so stroke, that's what it is.
Right. So stroke has a few different meanings in English, but when we're talking about it in a medical sense, stroke is when your brain like stops working. It just,
like your blood vessels. Yeah.
Like your brain just isn't working how it needs to. Common symptoms are things like you fall on the ground, maybe you start shaking. Yeah, maybe you can't move at all. Sometimes your face kind of does some weird things. Very serious issue, right?
Right, okay. Let's continue. Health officials in the UK have assessed thousands of seniors to see if they are in danger of these health conditions. So we're mostly talking about older people, and this makes sense.
Right.
You know, for us, we're still young, we're active, we're mobile. So maybe it doesn't really apply to us and we don't feel lonely. But for elderly people who don't have family and they're very lonely, it could be a very big problem.
Right. Well, especially if they don't work.
Yeah.
I think even if you, on the weekends or at night, you're home alone, if you're of working age, you're getting tons of interaction at your job.
That's right.
Right?
So if they are in danger of these health conditions, I kind of can guess the meaning of it.
Right.
But how do we use this expression, in danger of?
Right. So in danger of means you're at risk of something happening. And I think while the meaning is obvious here, I think it is good to know that this is the sentence structure. So the dangerous thing that could happen comes at the end. In danger of blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah,
in
blah.
danger of a stroke. In danger of losing your job.
Yeah.
In danger of getting a cavity.
Right. It's almost like it's danger and high risk.
Yes.
Like it's like a very high risk of getting something.
And it's not 100% that it will happen, but it is kind of likely.
Yeah.
You got to be careful.
That's right. Let's continue.
In follow-up visits, they found that those who ranked higher in terms of loneliness had experienced more health problems than those who weren't lonely or isolated.
Okay. In follow-up visits.
Yes.
Okay, to follow up on. What does this mean?
So a follow-up is whenever you look at something or you meet someone for a second, third, fourth time. So when we're talking about follow-up visits, particularly doctor's visits, this isn't the first time that the doctor sees you. It's the doctor sees you on the first visit and says, oh, I think there might be a problem. Come see me again in 3 months.
Yeah, that's a follow-up visit.
Right. The 3 months later is the follow-up visit.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yes.
In Korea, a lot of people go to the doctor when they have a cold or when they're a little sick.
Yes.
Get the flu. And the doctor always says, come back in 3 days.
Yes.
Would that be a follow-up visit?
It depends. So because let's be honest, not everybody goes back after 3 days.
True.
But if on that second visit he comes back, he looks at you again, he maybe takes a couple of tests, I guess, yeah, you could call it a follow-up visit. But I do kind of feel with this, it was like...
There's needs more time.
Yeah. Generally. It seems, whenever there's like you might have cancer or you might have diabetes. I need you to come back. We're going to run some more tests.
Yeah.
That would be more of a follow-up visit, I feel.
Okay, very good. So basically, people who, are lonely had more health problems. Than those who weren't lonely or isolated. So isolation and loneliness, this is a big problem.
Yes.
They suggest everyone do their part and check in on seniors who live alone and spend a little time talking to them so they feel a little less lonely. Okay. So they suggest everyone do their part.
Yes.
So you, me, everyone do their part. If you know a senior citizen around you.
Yes.
What does this mean?
So to do your part or to do one's part means to help out. And it's the feeling of everyone needs to take a little bit of responsibility.
Yeah.
Right? In the sense of we are a global village.
Sure.
We all live together. It's not just the responsibility of older people to take care of them. Like how we take care of each other in a family. People in our community as well, like if you see an older person who seems kind of lonely, just as a human being, as far as like the bigger community that we live in, you should take responsibility, do your part, and, maybe talk with them for a little bit.
Yeah. So that do your part, I feel, has the word responsibility in there.
Yeah.
Like there is that sort of duty or responsibility to do your part.
Right. It's like, I think a lot of times, and myself included, I'm often like, it's not my responsibility.
True.
It's not my job. But it is that feeling of just like a good moral person, you should be helping out in certain things.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that now, with our society, we're all very nuclear. We don't know our neighbors.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard. It's not that sort of village mentality.
Right.
So there are more seniors who are just kind of wasting away by themselves.
Like maybe go weeks or months without saying a word.
Hey, listen, why do you think I asked my mom to move in with me? Because she was by herself.
Right, all the way in LA by herself.
All the way in LA. And so there are days sometimes when she doesn't talk to anybody. At least she can talk to us, and see our faces every day.
Right, yeah.
This makes a big difference.
Yes, it does.
Okay, they feel a little less lonely. A little less is our power of vocab.
So a little less is what you think it means. It doesn't change completely or even a large amount. But you know what? It's a bit better.
Yeah.
It's better than nothing.
That's right.
Yeah?
It has that feeling of it's better than nothing.
You're not going to completely change their world by asking how their day was.
Right.
But it's going to make it a little better.
That's right.
Yeah?
And that is the feeling you get with this expression.
A little less lonely.
Okay. Let's listen to that article one more time.
Around the world, loneliness is becoming a serious health crisis. Ongoing studies have linked loneliness with heart disease, stroke, and dementia. Health officials in the UK have assessed thousands of seniors to see if they are in danger of these health conditions. In follow-up visits, they found that those who ranked higher in terms of loneliness had experienced more health problems than those who weren't lonely or isolated. They suggest everyone do their part and check in on seniors who live alone and spend a little time talking to them so they feel a little less lonely.
It's time for Power Note. We're on pages 112 and 113. If you are in danger of something, it means that there is a risk of something bad happening.
Yes.
Okay. How is it going since Philip lost his job?
It's not good. We're in danger of losing the house.
Oh, that's serious.
There's a possibility that we'll lose the house.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ugh.
All right. With a wet shirt and the temperature dropping, I was in danger of catching a cold. Not a terribly dangerous situation, but you're going to get sick.
Yeah. So maybe you're in university and your grades aren't very good.
Ooh.
And maybe you're in danger of losing your scholarship.
Ooh.
Right?
Yes.
That happens a lot in the U.S. Like, for example, athletes, they have to keep, I think, a C average, like over 70% in order to keep their athletic scholarships.
True.
And so they're always like, Coach, I'm not doing well in math class.
Yeah.
I'm in danger of losing my scholarship.
I'm in danger of losing my scholarship. Now, and I know, Cameron, that you had a 4-year scholarship at the University of Arkansas.
Yes.
And I do believe that you were never in danger of losing your scholarship because you were such a good student. It's true. Admit it.
I chose the easy classes.
No, I don't believe it. I believe that... knowing you, Cameron, you worked hard to keep that scholarship.
Oh, well, I had no choice. My parents had no money. So if I didn't have a scholarship, I was not going to university. They told me that from a very young age. So
Cameron was hungry.
I had a lot of motivation.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. Our next expression is follow-up, which is actually not a phrasal verb in this case, but you can use it as a phrasal verb.
Yes.
But it's follow and then hyphen UP, follow-up, a follow-up.
Yes.
So it's a meeting to check on something again.
Yes.
Okay. Did you have that follow-up visit with the doctor yet?
Yeah, he said I will need physical therapy, but I'll be back in the gym in a month.
Okay.
So this is maybe you injured yourself. Maybe you sprained your ankle or you broke a bone. And the doctor maybe did some things, fixed it, gave you some medicine, whatever needed to be done. But you had to go back later so the doctor could see how well you're progressing.
Okay.
That is the follow-up meeting, the follow-up visit with the doctor.
Okay. During a follow-up interview, the victim remembered more details about what happened. Okay, so follow-up interview. You can have a follow-up interview.
Yeah. So sometimes maybe a police officer or an investigator will talk to a witness one time, immediately after they witness a crime, for example.
Yeah.
And obviously they're very emotional, but the police officer maybe needs that first kind of question and answer, right?
Sure.
But then maybe a few days or a few weeks later, they'll call back again. Oh, hey, now that you've had time to, calm down and think about things, is there anything you would like to add to your testimony, to your statements? And that would be the follow-up interview.
Okay. So, follow-up doctor's visit, follow-up interview. Would you have like a follow-up meeting?
You can have some follow-up meetings, depending on, let's say you have a long-term project. Maybe it takes a few months to do something. You would maybe have another meeting to see the progress of something.
Got it.
Oh, so what we talked about 1 month ago. How's it going? Is the product is it still in the design stage?
Right.
Are we producing it now?
Okay.
What packaging are we doing?
Okay. All right. So follow-up meeting, follow-up interview, follow-up visit. These are ways we can use this expression. If you do your part, it means that you contribute to something kind of bigger.
Yeah. You're
usually.
helping. You're
helping.
taking responsibility.
That's right. Where are Mike and Molly?
I don't know, but if they don't do their part, we'll get a failing grade on this project.
So it's a team effort. They're working as a team. And Mike and Molly are not doing their part.
I do not like group work.
I know you told
at school.
me. Because you did all the work.
It's so...
I know.
I think every group like that, 1 or 2 people maybe do the work, and the rest don't do their part.
That's it. It's so true, though.
So annoying.
They don't do their part. Okay. Kendra did her part to make everyone comfortable during the flight.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe, for example, sometimes you're on the plane and it's just like a terrible flight.
Yeah.
Like it's too much turbulence or whatever. Kendra is maybe she's a flight attendant.
Sure.
She's doing more to make sure that the customers are comfortable.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. A little less is our power pattern. And what is one thing we should remember about this?
So this is often used when you're talking about something bad being a little less bad. This expression is used more with a bad thing being less bad. Not so much with a good thing being less good.
Ah, I see. Okay, so I was a little less scared the second time I rode the roller coaster.
Right. Oh, it was a little better this time.
Okay.
I was a little less scared.
Yeah, but I was scared. Okay.
She was a little less nervous during her interview this time. This was her second interview.
Yeah.
So she was a little less nervous.
Yeah, she was still nervous, but a little less. Okay. And what should we do after this program?
You should go to audio 학당.
Immediately.
Yes. Pay a small fee.
Yes.
Listen to us again.
Okay. Again, and again.
And again.
Okay. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.